Hi friends, hope you're all well and thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to do a video in relation to my new book launch, and you'll see it on the screen there. It is called The Power of Thought to Create Change. Now, I was called to write this book because I've met so many people that are hesitant and even fearful of change. And even if they are in a not so great situation, a bad job, a bad relationship, even a violent relationship, then it is still very frightening for instigating change. And so maybe not even them, but even their family or their friends. So when these people go and ask for advice or have a chat and start talking about change or leaving a job and doing something else, starting their own business, doing something completely different. Sometimes their family and friends discourage that change because themselves are fearful of change. And it's sometimes easier to stay in a not so desirable situation or even a violent relationship because we don't know what the change is going to bring. And are we even brave enough to risk that change? So I wanted to write a book to assist people that are thinking about stepping into change and ease that process, because it is important to understand what instigate change, number one, but also that you've got to understand how to instigate a change that is sustainable. And so therefore you need to understand how it works. So I'm going to start the video so you can have a little bit of a look inside the book. And it is not a heavy, big, large book. It's a smaller, lighter read. And I made it that way because it is easily taken in and understood. And there's got a lot of quotes in there that are thought-provoking, and that's how I really wanted it to be. Because if you always think about the same patterns, then nothing will change. You have to think outside the square, right? And I'm going to stop it there for a minute. So I'm going to read the little paragraph on page 34, and it goes like this. For you to achieve and become your desired state, the person that you desire and want to be, you must first become aware of your thought patterns, control them, and control which of the thoughts serve your highest good and your desired goals, and which thoughts may lead to undesired experiences and future events. So people often say that, why did that happen to me? Why is all these things happening to me? It is because you manifest them without your knowledge or understanding. And so every time, I'm going to say this first, nothing happens without a thought. Everything has to have a thought first. Then we put energy, feeling, and emotion into that thought. then that thought will manifest. It doesn't matter whether that thought is good or bad. As soon as we put feeling and emotion and intent into that thought, it will manifest. Maybe not straight away, but it will manifest. That's why a lot of people don't understand what that negative things happen to them. But a lot of the time we are occupied thinking about negative things. And it's so incredibly important to understand the process. And I'm going to continue with the video. Now, this book is available on Amazon as a paperback and also as an ebook. So you can download it and read it wherever you may be. Or you can get your physical copy. And there's the back of it. And as you can see, it's not very big. And that's how I sort of made it, for it to be an easy read for people who are looking for that change and looking to understand that change and make them a more comfortable to instigate that change as well. I also wanted to say that a lot of people are talking about social media platforms going to ask you to verify your identity. Everybody's talking about it. I'm sure you've heard. I believe it is soon, the 10th or the 12th of December, which is in a couple of days. Now, I'm going to say that if you choose not to go onto the social media platforms that will ask you to verify your identity, then I am on Rumble, which I don't believe they will ask you for the same. They have different structure, and that's why a lot of people going to Rumble. And I am also I have my website live now, and you can find me under the emeraldcenter.org. Now, that website is still under construction, so bear with me. There's a lot of information that's going to go onto that platform, but you'll find a lot of information there that you can have a look at. You can contact me from that web page, and I believe that I also have a link to the book that you can go onto Amazon, or you can go onto Amazon directly. So I'm going to leave it there, and thank you so much for being with me today. And I wish you all the best. If you want to connect and reach out, I would love to hear from you. And we'll speak to you soon.